I make $21,000 every single week clipping. Now with the help of Whop, which just got acquired by Aman Ghazi, clipping has never been easier to make money. You can now start getting paid every single hour just to create content, or you can start an agency that does this for people and make FU money. Now in this video, I'm going to give a full guide. This is going to be a raw, uncut video where I go through the exact step-by-step process of how I was able to make $100,000 a month and $20K a week through clipping, how you guys can use Whop to your advantage, and answer all of these questions why I'm at it. Like, what is clipping? What is Whop? Where do you get the content from? How do you find editors? Can you really make money doing this? How do you make fuck you money doing this? And is this even a real business? So let's jump right into it, okay? What is clipping? Now, if you guys live under a rock and you haven't seen the come up of streamers and Andrew Tate, Aman Ghazi, Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, then most of you know what clipping is. For those of you who don't, clipping is taking existing long form content, trimming it into short form, digestible clips that people can watch on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and any other short form platform. The reason that clipping is valuable and why it became so popular recently is because it helps creators, businesses, and brands garner a new audience for their existing content. The only reason people like Andrew Tate and big streamers like Kai Cenat were able to go viral is because they had armies of clippers distributing their content. So I started my company Clipper in 2021, way before Whop, way before any of these guys were doing clipping. And I was able to help a lot of influencers blow up. But back then it was really difficult. I had to hire editors, learn how to edit myself, build out the infrastructure in Stripe, and build out an entire backend in order to do this. But not anymore, thanks to Whop. So what is Whop? Whop is an online platform, just like Shopify, where tons of influencers are making paid groups. They're making content rewards where you get paid to clip. They're going live, and basically it's like a Discord meets Shopify combo. Now, the reason why Whop makes clipping so easy is because they are now making clipping mainstream thanks to their thanks to content rewards. So content rewards, what it is basically a place where businesses, brands, influencers can be onboarded to pay people to clip up their content. So one of the biggest issues with me starting my clipping agency was getting in touch with people like George Janko, Sarah Safari, Trevor Wallace, and big streamers and businesses, and selling them on clipping. Hey, I know I'm some random guy who you've never met, but trust me, I can handle your clips, right? It doesn't really go over well. Whop also eliminates the need for hiring video editors, which is something that I had a lot of trouble dealing with in the beginning. Because Whop will fill your group for you with editors who want to make money, who want to get paid. As you can see, this guy earned $3,500 from this video and from this video. So $7,000 earned just from these two videos. This guy made $3,500. This guy made $2,500. And look at all of these people who are making thousands of dollars just from posting short form clips for people. The best part is that Whop has an integrated dashboard so you can track everything like views, statistics, analytics. You can make sure that all these editors are staying locked in. You can have training regiments in there. You can have a whole chat function where you can talk to everybody. Now keep in mind, guys, these are all things that I had to build out internally because when I started, Whop wasn't a thing. Okay, now that you guys know what clipping is, you have an idea of what Whop is, right? Where do I find the content? So let's say you want to get started clipping. Where do I get the content from? Well, Whop makes it extremely easy. Let's go to the Discover page. Let's go to Creator Rewards and click Show All. First thing you want to do is sort by the highest paid out. These are people who usually have the best budgets and the best content. You're to scroll down and find a creator that you personally maybe watch or you're interested in. For me, let's say it's Jordan Welch. So we'll click Join on Jordan Welch's group. And then instantly you have a chat function, and then you can have a pinned message right here that will tell you where to start. And then you can also go through, like they have courses here that'll tell you, clipping intro and guide, content guidelines, all that good stuff. So here are like the content guidelines for Jordan, saying that they can't be botted or farmed. Video has to be 10 seconds minimum, budget's $5,000. You must tag Jordan on all platforms. And then literally you just submit your video basically of Jordan Welch that you created. And then you can start getting paid from it. So this guy earned $230 just from this video. Then you can also chat with all of these other video editors, share strategies, and share ideas. And all of these, like where you'll pull the content from, most of the time people will actually give you like Google Drive. So if we actually switch over so if we go over to like Rob the Bank clips, he actually has this announcement right here, start here, links to YouTube video, bounty for the new vlog, $100 bonus to anybody who gets a 25,000 view or more. They're like literally telling you exactly where to pull from, exactly what videos to get everything from. And sometimes they'll also have a Google Drive link for you to download the files directly. If not, you're just going to use Cobalt Tools or another YouTube video downloader to download these videos into your editing software. Now, how do you edit that content that you get? Or if you don't want to learn how to edit, how do you find editors? Finding editors, I would only advise if you are doing this as a business or as an agency, which I'll get into later in the video. If you want to edit the content, it's super easy. CapCut or Premiere Pro. CapCut is great because it's accessible on your iPhone, so you can clip from anywhere. You can just screen record on your phone, whatever moment, add it into CapCut, and literally AI subtitles, and it's done basically within 10 minutes. If you want to get really, really good, like some of these people who are making thousands per video, then I would recommend Adobe Premiere Pro. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like 20 bucks a month, but it is well worth it. You can literally make that from one video. You make 10 times that from one video, but the things to add for these videos, right? You want to add subtitles, you want to add B-roll, and you just want to make them engaging. So an example page that I actually run is QCP Clips. This page, as well as the YouTube channel, bring me about $7,000 every single month, including ad revenue, retainers from the client, and music royalties. But as you can see, here's an example. You're just adding subtitles, you're adding zooms whenever the moment gets a little bit boring just to spice the video up. And you're just making sure overall that the video is engaging, right? So it's very quickly cut. There's text on screen that's animated that pops up. That's really all you have to worry about. And you want to make sure that all these videos you're making are vertical. So let's say this is TikTok, right? Here's the like button, here's the comment button. And then you want to add text on screen right about in the middle of the video, like right here. As you can see, that's exactly what we do on QCP. So his head is going to remain up in this upper third area right here. The text is either going to be in the middle of the screen or just a little bit lower. That's really the bread and butter. It doesn't get much easier than that. Now, can I really make money doing this, right? And then how do I make fuck you money doing this? Well, obviously you can make money doing this, right? Go to any of these Whop groups and look at the earn tab and ask yourself if you can make these videos, right? Obviously you can make these videos. It's just music and subtitles and that's it. And this guy made $1,000. But if you want to learn how to make $20,000 a week, 100 grand a month, by the way, I know 20 grand a week isn't 100 grand a month. We have transactions on bank as well. So I don't want to see any losers in the comments like, no, you don't actually make that money. But I digress. If you want to learn how to actually make FU money doing this, you have to be the people who are running the rewards. Now you're like, whoa, hold on, Nate. I thought I'm just a clipper. Well, if you guys actually think about this, right, there has to be people who are running these content rewards incentives. There are people who are managing the budgets. There are people who are making sure the editors are delivering on time. They're making sure that, budgets are being paid out. That is essentially what I do. Now, although I don't do much of this on Whop and I built out my own system for it, Whop is by far the easiest way to get started. So what you would do is you would get a creator like Ambro, right, who wants to have clips made and he wants a great infrastructure and he wants a good brand name behind it. You say, look, I'm going to onboard you to Whop. You're going to have thousands and thousands of people. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure this group has over 80,000 people in it and it was started like 2 weeks ago. And people are getting paid $3 per 1,000 views to clip for Ambro, right? He has a budget of $30,000. Most people on Whop, because I've talked to the founders, they're taking 25% of that budget to actually run the campaign. So $30,000 this month, multiply that by 30%, that is $9K in profit if you're at 30%. And if you're on the lower end, like 20%, you're making $6,000 every single month from just one client. That's it. That is how you make FU money. Whop makes it so easy because I have to manage editors. I have to manage staff. I have to pay them out every single month and I payroll. Whereas on Whop, you just have these freelance guys who are ready to go whenever you want. And they just keep ripping these videos. Now, the one thing you have to be careful of is making sure you have the right client. Okay. This isn't necessarily right for everybody. The only issue with Whop right now, which is not really that big of an issue for the people who are crushing it, it's more of a problem for people who, they want clipping and they could benefit from clipping, but they're kind of getting the short end of the stick because their CPM is low, their content's not the best. But somebody like Vardon Antonian, The Haven, Nick Sareve, James Haller, these people can still benefit from clipping. They just might not be getting pushed to the front page, or like a Caleb Gordon. Caleb Gordon is actually one of my retainer clients. He's just trying out a budget here. And one of his biggest issues is that he's not getting editors incentivized. So you do want to be careful making sure you're onboarding the right creators because you want your retention to be high. And so like for people like Caleb, if you guys see him on Whop, you can always reach out to them and just say, hey, we would love to run your clips for you. We'll run your budget and we'll actually have a guarantee of, hey, you're going to get at least 2 clips every single day. There's a lot of different ways to do it. So Whop isn't right for everybody, but for people who are mega viral like Brez, Rob, TJR, HR, Dean. Obviously, it's going to crush for them, and you guys can basically give them a guarantee of like, hey, you're going to get views and you only pay us if you get views, which is a massive incentive for them. So yes, you can make FU money doing this. You can definitely make money doing this. Now, is this a real business, right? Well, let's take my business as an example. Year to date, just on Stripe, keep in mind, Stripe's like 60-70% of our business. We've done 211,000. We're not even 5 months in. Now, if you just look at this month to date, we've done $59,893. And this is going to go up because we have a ton of people who are renewing at the end of this month. So this month, just on Stripe, will be $65,000 to $70,000, not including another 20 or 30 over Bankwire. Also not including my content rewards that I actually made on Whop as well. Now, I have had this business for a number of years. So if we look at my all-time stats, $664,000 in net volume. Obviously, as you can see, as of recent, it's spiked up a whole lot. But for people who are wondering, like, I started really in 2022. I didn't do any business on Stripe after this first month. I had a crazy first month. Then I realized like, hey, what I'm doing isn't actually scaling with these people. Like nobody actually wanted the service because the quality was bad and I didn't have these resources. So I had to go through this whole rebuild process until basically this year, when I really started to make money from this. Now, I've also had a bunch of other Stripe accounts that have had like millions of dollars in sales from doing this exact same thing. This is just my more recent one, but you guys get the point, right? It's a struggle to get there, but I've been running this business and making money since 2022. And I only really started taking it seriously right here. So absolutely, this is a real business. We currently have, just some stats for you guys, 21 contractors who are contracted to edit every single day. We have 3 W-2 employees. These are people who are full-time with us. They're getting the benefits, the whatever, and who can like prove like their taxable income. They're getting tax returns, all that kind of stuff, right? Contractors are independent, so they can stop working for us at whatever point, but most of our contractors are here for like 1 to 3 years. And then all of my W-2 employees have been here for 3 years plus, besides one who's our head of corporate development, Serena. Shout out to Serena. Now, how you can make this transition into a real business is just start off as a clipper. Get some testimonials under your belt. Show the stats that you're generating for other people. Hey, I got 1 million views for this guy. I got 2 million views for this guy. Then you transition this into using those pages that you've built with like QCP, for example, 200K followers. Start to do some cold outreach, right? DM people, send out some emails, right? Do some email blasts. Do everything in your power to get in touch with people who could possibly believe in you and who could believe that they could use this for their business. Once that's done, you can either onboard them to Stripe, payment. You can onboard them directly onto Whop so they can track their stats, and you can communicate with your editors here as well through a private group, and then rinse and repeat and scale so that your graph looks just like mine, which is a whole lot of up. Now, if you're somebody who has capital and you want to learn how to do this, I have a coaching offer. It's one-on-one. I don't fuck around. I hold you accountable. If you guys have heard of Money Mind Bennett, he's a anti-guru, big YouTuber guy. He has a course review section in his Discord. I am the only person, as you can see, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. I'm the only person with positive reviews. Why? Because I'm very selective with who I talk to and who I actually take as a client. And I know what I'm talking about. I do really good work, and I'm going to be on your ass the entire time that you are a member of our coaching program. Because I'm going to make sure that you understand how to grow your personal brand, how to grow other people's personal brands, that you understand social media content, YouTube automation, TikTok automation, clipping, everything under the sun, any way to make money on socials, you're going to be learning in this program. So if you are interested and you feel like you'd be a good fit, it obviously is a paid opportunity, but click schedule a discovery call. Somebody from my team will reach out to you, and I will actually be on every single call that we do. So worst case scenario, you'll get to bounce some questions off me for 30 minutes. I'm very friendly, obviously. So I would appreciate if you only book a call if you are actually like dedicated. For example, we had 9 calls this week and I only took on 1 person. So just keep that in mind when you are booking a call with me. Now, if you're somebody who wants to learn this entirely for free, I have a Whop group, link in description. It's entirely free, where I will be answering questions, doing a live call. Like I'm doing a live call this Saturday, just in a few days from now, where I'll go over like all your guys' questions. I'll answer it in a group setting. It's usually about an hour or 2 long per call, but you can get a lot of really great information during that. And like, I'm very incentivized with your guys' success, right? I want to be huge in the clipping space. I already am. And the best way for me to get even bigger is to educate other people and help others come to light that is clipping, right? SMMA has always been a massive business with social media marketing, for those of you who don't know. And clipping is basically like the most creative and new way of doing it. So if this interests you guys at all, click the links below. That's where everything will be. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something new. We'll talk soon. Peace.